Hi everyone and welcome to episode 348 of the Mighty Whites podcast. I'm Jack, as always joined by Casey.
Now
Other than knackered, how are you doing, mate?
yeah, getting there. You?
Yeah, other than knackered, I'm all good. You can probably guess by the fact that there was no podcast last week and that the one previewing a Saturday game is being done Friday evening. But it's been quite busy the last couple of weeks.
Yeah. A lot of movement.
Yeah. And there was a fair bit of movement in the away end at the end of Leeds getting through in the FA Cup at Birmingham. We won't go through this game fully, and I think you were working, didn't you? So you've sort of only half seen this.
Half would be generous, if I'm being honest. I was in an arcade in Liverpool.
Oh right, I just had in my head you were working.
No. I was shooting some hoops, winning some tickets, putting balls in holes.
Not having a bud.
No, true.
Yeah. Well, I was working. However, work wasn't that busy at the time, so I did get to watch the game. We were second best, to be honest, but that doesn't matter. Like, getting through was all that really stood up. The Metch's goal was excellent, a real moment of quality in there. The first half was poor. Ampadu coming on in midfield made a really big difference. I still think Buonanotte is a good signing, but if that was your only exposure to him, you'd think that we'd signed a complete dud. He really wasn't on it. But again, he's barely played.
Yeah, I mean, I have heard that nigh on every time he had possession, he was just turning it over. Not really beating anyone, not really creating anything.
Yeah, he really wasn't on it. The interesting thing that they had was we were dropping really deep for them, which I don't think helped. But Allsop in their goal, his long kicking was really good, and he was just basically dropping it onto like either the edge of the box or the penalty spot. And we were struggling to get out from it. We couldn't play his way out. Second half was a lot better. And I mean, although their goal at the end was a massive deflection, that because like Perry was most people's man of the match, and I think rightly so. I think you could have Ampadu coming on and making such a difference. You could make an argument for him, but it was Perry. The save he made in the first half from Stansfield was outstanding. But like this one, he would have had it covered comfortably, and then the deflection just takes it right in the top corner. But even though it's, when you're watching your own team, I sat there, it got deflected in the last minute to equalise against us, and I went, yeah, fair. Like that was words that just like, I can't complain. And then we got there, but the main thing to take out of it was the three penalties that were so awful at Chef Wednesday. All scored, all good pens.
Yeah, so on live score at the time, I was literally trying to keep up with it. When I refreshed it, Joe Peru scored the first two, which I thought that's a ballsy move. Yeah. I'm saying he scored the first two. There was J Peru scored the first, and Joel P scored the second.
Oh, nice.
So I don't know if he stuck a mustache on or something and just went, "I'll have another bash at this."
Yeah, I mean, I've heard of worse ideas. I mean, considering some other people who had to take penalties, breaking the rules would have probably just been a better idea. But no, we got through. I've said the whole time, if we get to the quarterfinals, we can start taking it seriously. In the last 16, Norwich at home, that makes us, with the bookies probably 5 or 6 on to get through to the next round. With me, 1 to 3.
It's Sunday at 4:30.
It has been moved. Also, literally while I'm here, I'm assuming you're available for that. Now it's been moved to the Sunday.
Yeah, I'm available for it.
Cool.
Because
our season tickets are auto enrolled in the FA Cup, in like the home cup thing, which I auto enrolled in, assuming we won't get a home draw anyway, because we never do. And I know that we did get like 2 last season, but what is it, like 35 out of 45?
I believe, was it when they had Johnny Cooper on the Square Ball last time? He said it's something like it's since like the mid 2000s, 87% of our FA Cup games have been away, and just statistically speaking,
It's just
In,
so unlikely.
in a competition where you are drawn at random, it's as if they've put our ball in a freezer, left it there for a while, and then said, if you feel that one and you're drawing the home teams, leave it, yeah?
Yeah, you ain't no bad man.
Yeah.
That's a reference.
Mm.
Um, yeah, and I mean, shout out to Callum Carney. Cheers for the draw.
Yeah.
Always liked you. Never said a bad word about you. No one has. No Leeds fans have ever.
I don't constantly think about that game at the Hawthorns. It's fine. It's
I,
fine.
but no, I mean, it's a really good draw, and like, I'm not gonna get excited about it yet. But all things being equal, we should be in a situation where we're one game from Wembley.
All things being right, we should be 2 games away from Wembley.
Yeah, that's true, because the semi-finals shouldn't be at Wembley, and it's fucking stupid that they are.
Yeah.
I was actually on about this earlier with a fellow Leeds fan at work. I think we're getting to the semi-final purely to cost us all a load of money.
to lose in London.
So we can go get beat by Arsenal in the semi-final. So we can pay 100 odd quid for tickets and a load of money to get down there and all. Because we'll have to go. Like,
Yeah.
like I'm definitely going if it happens. But
I don't want to sound like a spoiled football fan, but if you get that sort of draw, if you get Arsenal or Man City at Wembley, you just think, I mean,
but then
I've got some things to do. Like,
it's Palace's fault. They won the FA Cup and gave us all hope.
Yeah. Although looking at this season and the non-Champions League teams, excluding Spurs, Europe clearly has not done well for a lot of teams.
Yeah, true. I want to make clear that I don't think that there's any world in which we win the FA Cup this season. However, KC, would you take winning the FA Cup and getting relegated in the same season right now?
Oh God. Yeah, let's go. Fuck it, let's go to Europe.
Yeah, that's what I said when I got asked this at work, and I was like, if you'd have said this to me 7 years ago, or if you get to the Premier League, would you take a relegation if it meant winning the FA Cup? I'd have been like, no, we're desperate to be in the Premier League, and we still are desperate to stay in the Premier League. But I'd love to see us win something. I know we've won the Championship, but that's a second tier thing. I'd love to see us win something.
Yeah.
I did. I technically, not at the ground or anything, I technically did see Leeds win the league because I will have been sat with my dad when he saw us in 92, but I was 2.
Yeah. You know what it'd be like though? We get in the Europa League and we'd end up playing like Linfield in the first game or so, just like welcome to Europe.
Aberdeen.
After
Linfield is there's a C.
TNS. Anyway, yeah. I think at this point I would take it because again, listening to propaganda when there was those Birmingham fans on, they said, "Oh, you've gone ages without winning anything." I was like, "You won the League Cup in my lifetime."
Yeah.
Obafemi Martins, we all saw it. My boy Liam Ridgewell was there.
No, it's absolutely fair. I'd say 7-8 years ago, I reckon it'd have been 90-10 in favour of no, we need to stay up. And now I reckon it's probably 80-20. Nah, fuck it, let's win something and see what happens. That's basically all we need to go through that we've missed because we've missed loads. The only things to mention are Benny got a 2-2 against Chelsea, so he's still down there, but he's jumped in rankings. And everyone had us beating Birmingham except me, who had 1-1. So I've caught right up. Alex leading on 44. I'm now 42. Danny 40. UKC 32. Benny 30. Connie 26.
It just goes to show I know nothing.
Yeah.
And I knew this going in, but still.
Yeah. Oh, we definitely know nothing. The only thing that we're right about is, for fuck's sake, play it longer and play back three.
Yeah.
So Villa away. Villa are weird because I still maintain I've only seen them play well 4 times tops this season, and they've got 50 points from 26 games and a third. I don't like XG tables. I don't mind XG as a stat. I don't like XG tables because you only have to win by 0.3 in most of them for it to be classed as a win, which I think is too small a difference. There should be more draws. Like if you ever see an XG table, it's really stretched out in terms of point. Like the teams at the bottom will be really low on points, for teams at the top will be really high. I don't like it. But for what it's worth, Leeds are 11th in it and Villa are 12th. Like I do think Villa are better than us, but I don't think that their 12th place is better than us.
No, but I suppose they. I mean, they're not very high scoring.
No, well, they've
But
scored 37, conceded 27. They've only scored one more goal than Leeds
yeah,
in the Premier League this season. They have just conceded 18 fewer, which is still
yeah,
9 fewer, even if we do the trick all the Leeds fans have been doing of pretending the Arsenal games didn't happen.
yeah. Um, I mean, they've had just a good record of. I mean, they've won. I think they've won quite a few games from losing positions as well. So even when they go behind, they seem to have a decent ability to turn it around. Um, I think their biggest thing is that they clearly try to have that period of trying to move on from Ollie Watkins as the centre forward, and they never really settled with anyone. So it has gone back to that. I
Yeah,
think
although to be fair, Tammy Abraham started fairly well.
well, yeah, he came in. He's come in. Is he on loan for the rest of the season?
No, they signed him, I believe. It was about,
Oh,
I think it was about 18 million. He was on loan at, I want to say, Besiktas.
hmm,
It was somewhere in Turkey, and they had an option to buy him for like 14 million. So they bought him for 14 million and sold him for like 18 million the next day.
brilliant.
It was the Luka Jovic being bought by Frankfurt to go to Madrid, only with a much smaller profit margin.
Yeah. Um, and yeah, the emergence of that young, talented midfielder, Emi Buendia, in the
Yeah,
Premier League as something of an outcast of the last 18 months prior to this season.
yeah. I mean, I've always liked him as a player. A lot of people have, but I didn't. I thought he was done at Villa when they sent him out on loan last season. I'm very surprised to see him get back in, but fair play to him. He's done quite well. Obviously, they have a really good squad. The suspension for Bezo from getting sent off in the FA Cup makes no difference because he wouldn't be playing anyway. But where there is a lot of interest is that the like Matty Cash is doubtful with an injury, and last I heard wasn't expected to play. Tielemans is out, McGinn is out, Boubacar Kamara is out. Barkley just came back, I think, but he's probably not fit to start.
Hmm.
Now they still have a good midfield because they've signed Douglas Luiz, so it'll be him and Onana in the middle. But it probably means Buendia, Rodgers, and one other playing as the three behind. I wonder if they might do Rodgers, but probably Sancho. But I wonder if they'd be tempted to just play Abraham up front and stick Watkins on right.
Yeah, potentially. I mean, just looking here, the team they had out against Brighton. What have they got there?
Yeah, I can't remember how many changes were made against Newcastle, but there's no point looking at the FA Cup game.
Yeah, so just looking here against Brighton, what did they go? Bogard at right back.
Which, if Cash isn't fit, it still will be.
Yeah. And it was Watkins with Buendia, Rodgers, Sancho behind him.
It'll probably stay that then, unless he brings it. I could maybe see Abraham for Sancho. Left back, it'll be one of Matson or Digne. It seems to swap a lot. Digne played the FA Cup game, so I think it'll be Matson.
Yeah.
Also, Digne wasn't very good in that FA Cup game as well, because I did watch it, and he should have got sent off. And then it'll probably be Conser and Pau Torres. They may play Tyrone Mings because I think he's fit again. And as I made that promise years ago when he made that amazing block that kept us in with a shout of staying up, Tyrone Mings is a good player, and I'm not going to say anything else.
His bloody long legs he does.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, it is a decent team. I think Conser is probably one of England's. Is he probably starting at centre back for England at the World Cup now?
Probably him and Gay,
Yeah,
because like Stones isn't playing enough for it to be him, and like half
yeah,
the others have been injured, haven't they? So
yeah. I mean, you're looking at that sort of team where purely in terms of England anyway, Conser will go to the tournament, Rodgers will go, Watkins will go. Um, so it is a good team,
yeah.
but
The,
like you say,
the
they're not.
the other option, by the way, I forgot. I just had a look on who scored at their squad list. I forgot Leon Bailey's come back off loan, so he's the other. He might play on the wing actually instead of Sancho.
Yeah,
I forgot he'd come back completely.
Is Daniel Marlon left?
He, I, I could be misremembering. I believe that Leon Bailey was at Roma and they recalled Bailey and sent Marlon. I think.
So,
I could easily be misremembering that.
sorry, did Besiktas sign Tammy Abraham from Roma?
Believe so. Oh, it might have been Milan. Did he go
I don't even
Roma
know
then Milan?
anymore.
Yeah, Leon Bailey was definitely on loan at Roma. I have just checked.
And he's having a fantastic time there. 5 games, 5 goals.
And oh no, my bad. Tammy Abraham was on loan at AC Milan from Roma and then at Besiktas from Roma.
Tell you what, they've just been swapping strikers left, right, and centre here.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you say, they've got the options. I'm very happy that there's going to be no John McGinn for any number of reasons.
Yeah.
Yes, he is a talented player. Yes, he is a massive prick.
Yeah. It's
So
and especially away from home, his ability, because like he did whip the crowd up at Ellen Road and it made for a decent atmosphere just by being a bell end. But away from home, that's not in any way worth the upside. And he does seem to do well against us as well as being a prick. So yeah, that's a good team, and it's a team that it's a game that Villa should win. But I'm not going in. It's not like playing when we're playing Arsenal. I'm not going into this like hopeless. I don't know if you've seen the team news, but Okafor is out. He went off late on with a hamstring, and he's going to be out 2 to 4 weeks. But Struijk is back, Stack is back, Dan James is back.
All right. Yeah, that's not bad. That.
Yeah, I do. I'm assuming that he won't. I think a lot comes down to how fit Stack actually is. Because if Stack isn't fit, then you probably Gruev Ampadu and Aronson, and maybe you go for the 2 big lads. If Stack is fit, he will probably play Gruev Ampadu and then like Stack pushing up and play him and Aronson off Calvert-Lewin.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose you have got a week's break after this one until we then play Man City.
Yeah.
So which isn't too bad. It's more we then play Saturday, Tuesday after that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the Sunderland, it's Sunderland at home, and it's like the Tuesday after Man City.
Yeah. Back-to-back home games. What's that like?
You can't just chuck it in against Man City because you can get at them and it's a home game. But like, if someone's 50-50 for Man City, leave it. Make sure they're fit for the Tuesday.
Yeah. Just try to think in that case.
Do you think there's any chance, by the way, that Perry comes back? Because it was after the last FA Cup game when Darlow had an okay game on it that he just left him in. And Perry had a really good game against Birmingham.
I think from the comments, the bits of comments I've heard, it sounds unlikely. And I don't think I don't think there would really be, in Farker's mind anyway, I don't think there'd really be enough justification for dropping Darlow to bring him
Yeah.
back in. So I think Darlow stays in.
Yeah, I do as well, but I wouldn't be that shocked. I think it will be Darlow, but it wouldn't be the biggest turn up for the Bucks.
I mean, I was thinking then, like, playing third in the table away from home probably doesn't seem like the sort of game to bring him back in. But I think at this stage of the season, I look at any game and just go, they're all quite important now.
Outside of an FA Cup game or something, there isn't really a good time to change a keeper.
Wolves?
No, they're
No,
back.
not now.
It's way too late for them, but they've got some fight in them now.
They're playing with utter freedom, is what they're doing.
Stuck in some kids, a lot better now.
Yeah.
So yeah, Darlow.
Is Eddie Gray taken over by chance?
Yeah. Do you think because I think he'll just go for the best defence we have for a back three. So I think it'll be Roden on the right, Beal in the middle, and Strauch on the left. There is an argument for leaving James Justin in there because he's been doing so well, leaving him on the right. But I think if you do that, we missed Strauch against Birmingham. I know you didn't really get to see it. That lack of that left footer on that side really hurt us in possession. So I think you've got to bring him back in, and therefore I can't see him. I don't think you should drop Beal for Justin to play centre back, and I don't think you should drop Rodon for Justin to play centre back.
I mean, if I was going to do it, I think Beal would be the one I would drop. I'm trying to remember, what was the last game we had at home?
Forest.
Oh yeah, I thought in that you did get a lot out of Justin and Bogle on the right hand side. Now whether that's something you want more in reserve for when you're playing someone not as high up the league, would probably be a fair point.
Yeah, I would say I would be more willing to go for it if we were at home.
Man City.
Yeah, let's just go all out. I'll tell you what, I really do fancy. Fuck it, let's play the two big lads for that one.
Yeah. Look, I have limited evidence, but for 45 minutes, it went quite well.
Yeah.
I know Kuzmanov's playing. He seems like he's not up for that sort of thing.
Yeah, Kashanov has got a bit of a rick in him, hasn't
he? Yeah.
Although he did look, that's not as big. It only appears to be in the really big games, and as much as it is to us, they probably don't see it as well.
It'll be a tough atmosphere to play in. Under the lights.
It'll be Bogle right wing back, and I think it'll be Goodmanson left wing back. If we hadn't had such a full week of rest, I could see it being just. I wouldn't rule out it being Justin on the left because Goodmanson has just not had a rest, like much at all, and he played 120 minutes against Birmingham. But because we've had 6 full days, I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm thinking away from home. I think he goes with the nominal Brendan Aronson as second striker / left winger whenever we're defending, which will be quite often.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the way he goes with this.
Yeah, so Aronson, Calvert-Lewin, and then Gruev, Ampadu, and Stack if he's fit. Longstaff if he isn't.
Yeah. I don't like the sound of that midfield without Stack, if I'm being honest.
No.
I don't. It's a bit of a tough one because obviously Longstaff is playing his way back into fitness.
Like when he came on against Birmingham, he was like one of the more advanced players, and it didn't suit him massively.
I mean, Chelsea, he seemed to be the right winger.
Yeah.
So it's just a Swiss Army knife to Farker, just not necessarily to the rest of us. My hopes are that Stack is fit. The thing you've got to give credit for is that Ilya Gruev has played so well in this period that no one has really expected this level from him.
Yeah, I still don't think I think everyone fit. He probably isn't good enough to be in the starting 11, but he hasn't done anything wrong.
No.
He's a little bit too negative for me in possession, things like that. But I'm not. I in no way have any issues with him. And given what we lost 2 in 13,
Yeah.
and he's played the majority of them, like I can't have any complaints really.
Yeah. So I think, I mean, for the way he uses Longstaff probably isn't a bad shout for this one as your more attacking of the three midfielders.
But
And then yeah,
hopefully Stack is there because it feels better with him there.
yeah, and then yeah, as I said, I think Aronson and Calvert-Lewin, because
I mean,
I think that's in favour with him at the moment.
yeah, I would say the other option, which he has done now twice, is he plays all three centre backs. It's Goodmanson left wing back, it's Justin right wing back, and Bogle right wing. And it's like Bogle and Aronson being the ones running around Calvert-Lewin with just a Gruev Ampadu midfield.
There is part of me, and I'm not saying it wasn't like it was fine against Chelsea. If I was Dan James, Willie Nonto, Buonanotte, I would be somewhat offended by the fact not quite David James up front, but I would be thinking, no, but I can play on the right wing though. I am a winger.
Yeah.
Can I play on the wing, please?
I
And Willie Nonto will be told no.
look, I mean, look, I really like Willie Nonto, but he wasn't great against Birmingham, and that was his chance to impress.
Was he the right wing back?
He was barely there. It was such a shame because I still think he really suits this style of play if you actually get him playing, but it's just not happening. I have actually got a full suite of predictions because Connie just messaged me. Connie has a 2-0 win, Alex has a 2-0 loss, Benny has a 3-1 loss, Danny has 1 apiece.
2-1 defeat.
2. I'm going to say 1-0 defeat. We've definitely got a chance of getting some out of this, but I do think even with the players missing, if they hadn't brought in Douglas Luiz and they were missing this many midfielders and suddenly there was a bit of a stopgap in there, I'd be like, now we can get on top of this. But Luiz and Amadou Onana is still a really good midfield partnership, and I think we'll struggle to deal with Onana a little bit. I think if Leeds are going to get something out of this, I think Ampadu, Strauch, Calvert-Lewin. I think those are the 3 that need to have like really good games.
Yeah, I think so, and like I say, I think it could be a big thing. I think the unfortunate thing with Calvert-Lewin is he's coming up against Tyrone Mings, who is just tall.
Yeah. If they go to form, it'll be Pau Torres. If they pick how they have been recently, and if he gets up against Pau Torres, I'd back him.
Yeah,
like Torres is like quite a good technical footballer for a centre back, and he's, he isn't bad in the air by any stretch, but I mean Calvert-Lewin must have 3 inches on him.
Yeah, he's quite tall as well.
That was my fault. That was my fault.
Yeah, Pau Torres as well. Pau Torres, I can imagine the wrestling matches he will be having with Calvert-Lewin during corners.
Yeah,
because I think I was watching him. I think I was watching the highlights, not from the FA Cup from the weekend before, and just every set piece, it was ludicrous.
Yeah,
the sort of thing where you go, I mean, there's been about 4 penalties here because your starting position is my head is under his underarm, and I'm just basically locking here.
Yeah, those corners where I'm sat there going, just let them take it, just let them swing it in, and just give a penalty.
Yeah,
do it like fuck for 3 weeks, and then it'll start.
But yeah, like you say, Torres he's a very good defender. I think they will probably be able to do a decent chance of cutting off the supply. To be honest, so I think it's. I think for us, this needs to be quite a good counter-attacking performance.
Yeah. Well, in that case, then you're really wanting Brendan Aronson to be the good version. Newcastle Brendan Aronson, where he was fucking lethal.
Yeah, Super Brendy.
Yeah.
Oh, he was lethal. Big clothesline at the end.
Yeah.
The shit bastard. Damn it, you've just reminded me all about that handball now. But yeah, it would be a big game. And to be fair, again, this run of games, yes, again, the stuff I heard from when he came on against Birmingham wasn't great, but I think given the general performance of that game, you can let that one go.
Yeah.
But yeah, if we can get sort of Stack and Bogle up there in supporting roles, then you've got chances.
Yeah. I suppose it just jumped into my head. It depends who he's playing. If Stack's back in, that also makes the Justin start a little bit less likely because Justin has been taking the corners.
Yeah, he does seem to have been next in line. I
Yeah.
think
Whereas if Stack is fit to start, that makes that a bit less crucial as well. I'm not overly keen on the idea of Bogle, Justin, and Goodmanson all starting, just because I'd quite like one of them to be on the bench. And just like for if the others get knackered, and then you're not having to move someone out to move in the centre back off the bench, you can do more like for like stuff, and it's probably easiest to do it with Justin.
Bourne now seems like he's a flexible bloke.
Yeah, against Birmingham, he was very flexible. No, not flexible. The word's amenable. Amenable to Birmingham's attacks. He wasn't. It wasn't actually all his fault. It just that it went through him because he was put into situations where he wasn't helped much as well, if I'm being fair to him.
Yeah, I mean, off the back of the Chelsea games,
There was a lot of similarities.
where he really struggled to deal with João Pedro's movement of, well, he's dropping offside, so I could just leave him. Oh no, he's moved back. Oh, what do I do? And then nearly clearing out Carl Darlow as well.
Yeah.
I know we didn't speak about the Chelsea game, but yeah, it was one of the weaker performances of
Very much a
Bourne.
bonus point.
It was a bonus point, yes.
Yeah. But yeah, this was always going to be a quick one, so that'll do us for episode 348 of My Rights Podcast. We'll be back in theory early next week, maybe even Monday, because I am done at work at a decent time, and I should be done early enough that there's a gap before you disappear.
Yeah, probably.
So yeah, so Monday is currently the leading chance. So I've been Jax here.
I'm Casey.